Okay, hey guys. So today I thought I would talk about things I like to do for fun, because I've been thinking lately, and I've been thinking, what do I do that's fun? So then I decided to make a list, okay? And that is what I'm going to share with you today. And before this video officially starts, I want to say sorry for the lighting. It took me a while to come up with this idea, and then like even a bit more while to think of things that I like to do for fun. So now it's dark and I don't have lights, and also for my hair because I don't know how to fix it. Okay. But yeah, okay. That's it. Now on to the video. Okay, first thing I have on my list is draw. These aren't in any specific order, but the first thing I have is draw. I like to draw. I like to draw. I'm not that good at it. Like I'm okay. Like I'm one of I say like I'm one of those artists who can only draw a stick figure, but I can draw a bad not stick figure. And I can't do circles. I can't do straight lines. It's like, it's a really big pet peeve of mine. Well, that I can't do straight lines. Like, it's really annoying to me that I can't do straight lines. I wish I could. What else? That's all I really have to say about drawing. I really like how I draw. Mostly because I don't know what to draw. Like, what do you draw? What are things that you can draw? Because usually I only resort to faces, my name, or like some variant of the word hello. Like, that's all I ever draw, and I like draw it over and over again. And that's really boring to draw over and over again, so I don't draw that often because I just cannot draw animals. I can't get their proportions, or their, like, I don't want to draw animals, like, either. I don't want to draw animals, because why would I ever need a drawing of an animal? I don't know. Animals, you know, some people are like, I can't live without animals, or do they say that? But some people are like crazy about animals, no matter what it is, and I'm just like, yeah, they exist. So, yeah, I don't draw animals, and the things that I do draw, there's only 3, so I don't. The next thing I'm going to say, which kind of leads into this, is create. Like the pumpkin I made the other day. I like to create things like that. I've been trying to get into, like, popsicle sticks, only, like, when they're not from a popsicle, they call them craft sticks, right? That's what right next to me is, like, a box of craft sticks that, like, one of my teachers had, and they gave it to me. And so anyway, I like to do stuff with that, but it's like, there's nothing to do, because you have to have good glue, like, or, like, how do you connect them? You need good glue, right? And I can't think of a good enough idea, because once you use a craft stick and you put glue on it, it's like halfway to ruined. So I have to think of a really good use for the craft sticks before I can think of it. And I can't think of any good uses for my craft sticks just yet. So that's what's stopping me from doing that. Next, I should probably cross these off because I'm not going in the order I made the list in. Is write. I love to write. Google Docs is my best friend, because every time I get an idea, I write about it in Google Docs. I start creating a story. Half of those stories, I don't even know how many stories I have in Google Docs, but I have a ton, and they're all half worked on, because there's this thing where, like, it's this really weird middle ground that I'm just now realizing. It's like I could go off on a tangent about this, and I am, because I need that. You'll see why. And it's just like, okay, so see, when I start a story and I don't plan, I don't know where the story is going. But when I start a story and I do plan, I often don't have a plot. So it's this weird middle ground. Like, I have this story and I have the whole characters figured out and their motives and everything, but I don't have a plot, right? But then there's this other story that I'm writing that, like, I don't know their names, I don't know their ages, I don't know what gender they are, and, like, the story is going along fine. Like, I'm pretty deep into it, you know? And there are some stories, like, back when I was younger, like 2 years ago, I, like, started hardcore writing stories, and some of those stories are further than I've ever been with any of my news stories. So, I don't know what it is that's got me, like, my stories, like, aren't finished. I've never finished, like, I've only finished one story, and that story was for a class, so I had to finish it. Like, some of the stories that I write, they start for, like, pleasure, and then, like, sometimes they end up as stories in, like, my English class or whatever, right? And so, and some stories, they start as, like, English class lessons, and they end as short stories that I'm writing. And so, that's the good thing, and one of the only good things about English class, that, like, you get creative ideas, or I do, I just take creative ideas from my life, and sometimes I just think of crazy, like, scenarios, and I can write things about those. So, but sometimes I get too caught up in the characters that I want to change the plot, but there's no plot to change it to. It's really complicated, and I'm gonna move on now, okay? Don't worry. Next up, relating to that, is reading. Oh my gosh. When I was younger, I used to read all the time. Like, I was known as that girl, like, that the teachers were like, so what are you reading now? Like, that's all they would ask me. So, I was known as that girl, and, like, you know, they do, like, the 25 book challenge, or the 100 books in a year challenge, or whatever. And I was like, this is hard to some people, and it stayed that way right up until high school, when I realized that books are not everything. Who knew? Yeah. And then there was a while when I wasn't really reading books. And then in the 9th grade, I read this book series. You might have heard of it. It's called Harry Potter. And that changed my life. And for the past 2 years now, I listened to those on repeat. So, first of all, there was a lull in, like, starting, like, 7th grade of middle school, like, to 9th grade. And then in 9th grade, I got, like, the Harry Potter books. And I've been I cycle them. Like, I go from 1 to 7 and then back to 1. And it's this thing. But now, I've gotten a few more books. A lot of time, well, I don't have time to read. And, like, that's a thing. Like, I listen to audiobooks, and because I don't have time to read. Like, now, my eyes literally cannot focus if I'm reading, because, honestly, it takes more for my eyes to process the words than for my ears to process the words. It's really weird. Like, plus, maybe it's less time consuming, because I can listen to the book on my way to school, and I can't read the book on my way to school because I have to walk and be aware of my surroundings. So, yeah, I love books, but okay, here's another reason why I stopped reading. If, like, walk into your teen, like, section of your library, there are, like, 3 categories, and most of them are intercepting. Boy meets girl, and they don't hit it off, but then they do, or, like, surprise romance. 2 is dystopian future, and 3 is, like, I don't like them, basically. I don't not like dystopian futures, the market's oversaturated. Like, back in the days of Hunger Games, maybe even Twilight, like, a few of those dystopian novels, they were like, wow, like, Divergent or whatever, I've never read that. It might be a dystopian, whatever. Like, that was like, ooh, edgy, but now everything's a dystopia. And who wants to read about a dystopia all the time? I ask you. So, I can't read teen books because they annoy me. Really, though. But I will say that I've been reading, like, I don't even know, I just started Rebels of Eden. I have Children of Eden. That's the series. Those are good books. They're by Joey Graceffa. I would highly recommend them. They're about a dystopia, too. And about romance, but he takes a different angle, I will say. Maybe not. I don't know. But that's my book suggestion, okay? What is next? Okay. Watching whether this be videos, TV, movies, oh my gosh. Okay, it started with TV. You know, I feel like every kid has an obsession with TV. or maybe only the kids in my generation, but we did. You know, it started with the innocent ones, like Sesame Street, and then it went on to, like, I don't know, Playhouse, Disney, Nick Jr. Oh, those were the shows. Sorry, I'm reminiscing. Disney, Nick, Cartoon Network, fill in the blank, you know, all those good shows. And, you know, but then somewhere in between, like, it's weird, because, like, Disney and Nick and them, they're for, like, 11 and or 10 and down. I mean, I guess they can be for older, but once you get to the point of the, like, this is the term I've heard, it's like a fantasy, like, the shows are about fantasizing, like, they're, like, the show's about high schoolers. Like, Hannah Montana isn't for high schoolers, it's for middle schoolers and elementary schoolers who are dreaming about what high school will be like, you know? So once you hit high school, or, like, even middle school, and you start to see that things aren't what they say on TV, you get kind of off it. So there's, like, this really weird lull, like, between, like, 10, like 11 or whatever, and I don't know, the age you're supposed to watch adult shows, which made this, like, really, really weird thing, because when I was in the 6th grade, Empire had just come out, and, like, all the 6th graders were watching Empire, because, you know, they didn't want to watch baby shows like Hannah Montana. Well, Hannah Montana wasn't on at that time, but they didn't want to watch Disney or Nick or whatever. They wanted to watch grown-up shows. So there they were watching Empire, which I've only seen a few episodes of, because I wasn't that mature as an 11-year-old, or a 10-year-old, or however old I was when Empire came out, but there's, like, a lot of, like, sex and drugs, which I'm not against, but I mean, like, for 11-year-olds who were, like, just the other day watching Hannah Montana Wizards of Waverly Place, that might be a bit much, is all I'm saying. So I think TV needs to fix that, because there's this really weird lull of, like, fantasy school, like fantasy school days in, like, little kid shows, and really real adult stuff in adult shows that they need to fix for the teenagers. I always feel like in media, teenagers always get left out. Like, there's, like, kids books, and then there are adult books, and then kids get and then teenagers get the dystopian fiction, you know? It's like that. So that's TV. And then movies, I've always loved movies, but recently, like, within the past 2 years, I've, like, got infatuated with movies. Like, I go to the movies, if not once a month, if not, like, once a week, then once a month, you know? And I was recently doing this survey for, like, a movie theater, because I go that often that, like, they send me stuff, and they were like, how often do you go to the movies? And then one of the options was, like, less than 10 times a year. And I was like, what does that mean? Like, less than 10 times a year, right? And then I was like, who goes less than 10 times a year? And then I thought about it, and I was like, oh, I guess there are only 12 months in a year. And then I was like, if someone went, like, less than 1 month a year, that'd be possible. And I was like, wow, that's sad. But, like, not in the sad way, but, like, that's just interesting to think about sad. Like, And then, the last thing is videos. And videos means YouTube videos, obviously. I love YouTube. I love when I find a new thing on YouTube, and I just start binge watching, like, all the videos, all their videos, whether it be, like, a concept or a person. I love when I find new people to be involved, like, to know, to love, to find out about. I don't know the correct word, but I love YouTube because you can be so personal with somebody, but also there is this disconnect. Like, when I'm editing my videos, I think, wow, there's, like, because, like, sometimes when I'm editing my videos, I don't even remember what I'm saying in the video, but I know that I just filmed the video. And so I do feel like there's a bit of a disconnect with YouTube now that I'm, like, being a YouTuber. I realize that, like, I used to think YouTube was so, like, personal, and it still is. Like, I'm still talking to you, but there is this delay from me talking to my camera, actually, and you actually hearing it. And I think the disconnect is loud. And so I'm like, I don't know. It just surprised me is all. Like, I was like, is this what creators feel like on the daily? And I also like to watch videos because they're just fun, And it's like, most of the videos I watch is I'm watching people having fun. And I love that. I like to watch people having fun. Like, most people are like, in the comments, like, I was having a really bad day and you made me feel so good. And that is so true, although I don't have bad days that often. But like, they make me feel happy. And that's why I love YouTube videos. Because they make me feel, I guess. Just a blanket statement, they make me feel. And also, I like the idea of YouTube. It started as this, like, cat videos and like amateur vlogs, and now there is a place and an audience for like high quality videos like Casey Neistat and Shane Dawson. Like, I think, and like then there's still videos that are like unprofessional and still the original YouTube quality of video. I think that like it's versatile, and I like that. And it's unlike TV in that way, because TV, there's not a lot of different genres of TV like there is YouTube. Like, you got your like how-to videos and your learning videos and like your like comedy videos and your vlog type videos and your family style videos and your like challenge and pranks types of videos and your like storytelling videos. And like in TV, you don't get to be that personal. One, two, in TV, I feel like you have to tell more of a story. Like, on YouTube, you could just be like, yeah, like, in a vlog, you could just be like, yeah, I did nothing today. But, like, on TV, and, like, people would still watch, but on TV, if, like, an actor or actress was like, yeah, I did nothing today, then, like, they'd be like, well, this TV show is boring. And then they'd, like, not watch, and then the ratings would be down. And that's why I like YouTube, because it's like a mini TV, a more personal TV, I guess. Like, a more real personal TV. Yeah. Oh my gosh, does that say 17 minutes? Jeez. And we're more than halfway probably, but I still do have more to talk about. Okay. Make videos. I like to make videos. I do that for fun. Right now I'm having fun. I'm not having fun with this lighting though. It's actually irking me. I feel like I'm being backlit. And I feel like when I edit, I can't see myself. So, but I can't get any closer because then my head gets cut off. So, I really need to get a tripod. It's just something I need to do. But until then, you keep seeing these crappy videos. Again, we can have people like Shane Dawson on here and Casey Neistat making high quality professional videos, and then we can have me sitting in my bedroom talking to you about things I do for fun. Versatility. Okay. So I like to make videos. We talked about that. Now, this is gonna surprise you, but hang out with people. I like to hang out with people. I don't do it that often, but when I do, I get this, like, high feeling. Like, well, not really high. I don't know what that feels like. But, like, I guess a scientific term would be dopamine rushes throughout my body. And I get giddy. I start, like, tapping my foot, and not in that anxious way that I usually do, but, like, in a happy, jittery way. And I feel so empowered and invigorated, and I'm a lot sillier when I hang out with people. Like, you probably don't notice it because I'm alone usually, but like, usually when I'm alone, I'm like that. I'm just dead. Not dead, but like, I don't show like, I guess outward signs of like much emotion. I'm just like, yeah, because I'm bored usually in my head, but when I hang out with people, I'm like, my cheeks hurt, like, and I love that. I think when my cheeks hurt, it's the epitome of fun, like, and not that all the stuff on this list has me with my cheeks hurting, because that wouldn't really be all the time appropriate, but like, it makes me just think, I am so glad that I chose to do this, and I think that is what fun is. When, like, you don't even have to, like, be having the greatest time. But if you're just like, I'm so glad I chose to do this, I think you're having fun. Or, you know, some form of the word fun. I don't know. Maybe not. I doubt myself a lot. I need to fix that. Okay, things I do for fun. Talk. Only, the more I do these videos, the more I realize I can't talk for long. Because my voice hurts, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Like, the muscles in my mouth hurt. And I will tell you, I used to talk forever. Like, right up until middle school, I talked, right through middle school, I talked for forever. And then somewhere around the 9th grade, I was like, oh, you're going to big girl school, you have to shut up now. So then I started being, like, super quiet. And everybody's like, oh, Colleen, the shy girl, right? And it's annoying that I feel that way. Like, I don't feel like talking. It's not like I want to talk and I can't talk. Well, sometimes it is. But it's like, I don't feel like talking, so I don't. And I'm like, where did that girl go who couldn't shut up? I don't know. I really don't, right? And now, I'm just saying, like, 3 years ago, my voice would not have hurt from talking this much. It would have, like, I used to talk for, like, hours and not feel anything. And now I've been talking for like a little over 20 minutes and my mouth hurts. So, yeah. Things I like to do for fun. Eat. Okay. I like to eat, and I don't want you to take this the wrong way and be like, oh, she only eats for pleasure. Because I keep thinking about this when I was thinking, like, things I do for fun. And I was like, no, don't put that, because then they're going to think, like, you only eat for pleasure. But no, I think you should, like, eat some things for pleasure. I mean, I don't think you should only be eating things for nutrients. But, like, I think when I eat, I make an event out of it. And it's not like I'm, like, droning, like, eating like this, because that would be boring. I'm usually watching something, and, like, the food is usually fun, and I like it when I eat. I feel like it's an event. And I feel happy when I eat, because I'm also giving nutrients to my body. And, yeah. And last, but certainly not least, is think. Because, just like I've said, I like to talk, but now my mouth hurts. And what I can do is, like, I can sit somewhere and think for literal hours, just like I would if I were talking, only my mouth doesn't hurt. My brain only feels tired a little. So, thinking, I think, is the best thing anybody can do. And I just love it when I think. The best ideas come out of me when I think. Like, all of this that I've just read to you on this list here, it comes from me thinking. And I do it for fun. And I use my brain to do fun things that I like. And I just think that's probably the best thing I do for fun. Like, I think about what I'm going to draw, and then what I think about comes alive on paper. I think about what I'm going to write, and my words go from my mind to my mouth. I think about reading, and I read. I think about what I read, and it makes more sense and leaves a more lasting impact on me. I think about watching videos and TV and movies, and I think about what I watched, and I think about how amazing whatever I just watched was, and how much talent and effort went into it, whatever it was. And I think about making videos, and I make them, and I think about how I will, like, how I'll edit it, and I think about how I'll like what I have to come up with. And I think about how I can look at these and think, for this video, I can think, this is what I like to do for fun. And I think about what I create, and I think, and I create it. It comes alive. When I think, things happen. And that is why thinking is fun. I know a lot of people don't like to think, which is why I felt like I had to, like, really embellish this point. That's why. Okay, and with that, that's the end of the list. Thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, click the like button. If you like me, click the subscribe button to see more of me. Comment what you like to do for fun. See you guys next time. Bye.